Games Workshop has released a ton of new awesome Orruk kits. The Ironjaws are amazing. And then there's the Vanguard box, which is the ultimate disappointment. All of the new Ironjaws miniatures are fantastic, and all of their rules are actually free online from Games Workshop in a new Ironjaws Battletome Supplement, which is the first of its kind for Age of Sigmar, and I really hope Games Workshop does more of these. One, it helps keep the game fresh. We are currently in the middle of a year-long season of the General's Handbook. I'm already ready for a new one, and it's not coming out for like another 10 months. But this helps inject some life into the game. It's new models, it's new units. It's not a new Battletome that you have to buy. It's just like, hey, we made all these cool models. We were gonna wait to release them. Screw that. Here's a PDF with other rules. Go have fun. And I feel like this is a huge win for the community, huge win for Ironjaws players. It's a laser-focused update for Ironjaws. And again, really cool models, really fun rules, free download. I have no complaints about that. Now, with that out of the way, let's take a closer look at these awesome minis. So the new Ironjaws kits are awesome. We're going to go through all of these. This feels like a completely separate release from this box, the Orruk Warclans Vanguard Box, which is just... Let's get into these awesome kits, and then we'll talk about the not-so-great stuff. We're going to kick things off with my personal favorite kit from this entire batch. This is the Tuskboss on Maw-Grunta. This box actually makes 3 different versions. We ended up building the one with the Wrecking Crew here. Actually, what's it called? It's like Chopping Crew. There's the top. Hacking Crew. Let me start that over. And I built the Maw-Grunta with Hacking Crew. And then there's another option. There's also the Maw-Grunta Gouger, which is basically a lone rider up top, kicking a lot of butt on a giant hog. Didn't build that option. But that's the version that doesn't have the 2 guys riding on the side of it. This is a great kit. It went together super easy. It's got some wonderful details going on. I love the fact that the Maw-Grunta has like 4 tusks coming out of his face. It's got just a lot of really cool jagged armor plates as well. It's very Ironjaws. It fits in with the theme. This is like the big mama boar compared to the other Gruntas. What's also great too, rules-wise, you can run a bunch of these in a list altogether. There's also going to be rules where you are going to have the option to run like a whole army of these. So that's going to be the Dawnbringer's book. But regardless, this kit is awesome and definitely a thumbs up from me. I had a good time hobbying it up the other night when I was putting this together. It's big. It's on like a 120 mil oval base, which is great. Let me double check that. Quick edit pause. I think it's a 120 millimeter. Can confirm it is a 120 millimeter oval base. According to Matt, it's the major axes instead of the minor axes, but he's double checking that right now, and I'm going to hold him to it.
The shortest part of the oval, or the semi-minor axis, and the diameter that runs along the longest part of the oval, or the semi-major axis.
It's the semi-major axis.
Yeah,
so
I was close.
Now I need to start over.
Yeah.
I've
start
lost
the whole thing over and make sure you know which one is the semi-major axis.
We're going to kick things off with my favorite new miniature, which is the new Maw-Grunta kit. Now, this kit actually has... Here we have the Weirdbrute Wrekkaz. This is another really fun kit. I didn't know at the time that it was actually going to be... You have the option to either build the Wrekkaz or the Brute Ragers. The Brute Ragers don't have the helmet on, the mask on. The Brute Ragers also have a couple of different weapon options. What's really interesting is you can actually equip the same weapon profiles for the Weirdbrute Wrekkaz as well as the Brute Ragers. So, like, maybe clarify with your opponent which unit you're running before you plop them down. They're both really fun. I went with the Wrekkaz option just because they have a 5-up ward on top of looking cool. They are on, I believe, 40 mil bases. And yeah, it's just a really cool... These are some big, beefy Ironjaws. So... really fun unit. The whole theme of them is they wear less armor because they're crazy. They will smash. They will get in there and smash your opponent right in the face, which is exactly where they want to be. So, cool unit. I can definitely see people buying multiple boxes of these guys and building up different versions and throwing them in your armies and just literally throwing them at your opponent's army and just smashing through things. Zogrok Anvilsmasha is a new character for the Ironjaws here. He's really cool. He comes with this nice little anvil squig on a 25 mil base. Pretty cute. Very flat top. totally makes sense because he is a blacksmith or orc smith, whatever you want to call him. He's got a couple of different variants that you can put on his for weapon options as well. You can have like tongs, or I went with the big magma sword in progress that he's clearly been hammering on, but he comes with that hammer as well. It's a really cool, really characterful model. There's lots of little details that I appreciate about this model. I wonder too, theoretically you could build him without his blacksmith apron there. He's jacked under that thing. So like I'm positive if you wanted to build this without it, you could easily do that. Maybe a little green stuff to give him a belt or something. I don't know, but he's completely jacked, and you can tell all that smithing has paid off, and he's pretty beefy in combat as well. So Zogrok Anvilsmasha is definitely an Ironjaws orc if there ever was one. Orruk. Ironjaws Orruk if there ever was one. Here we have the Ironjaws Ardboy Big Boss. As a Big Boss, pretty cool. Great for your Ardboys units, which just got a new kit, which we're about to show off. But this is just a nice character to lead your Ardboys armies with. You just throw them in there. Very easy to build, very simple. It's a monopose model. You probably only want one of these. You could go with two, but there's other Ardboy Big Boss models in the past or conversions you could do to get a similar effect. But definitely a butt kicker and tooth taker in the Ironjaw Orruks. The Orruk Ardboys got a new kit, and it is amazing. The reason this is such a big deal is because if you remember the old Black Orc models, those became the Ardboys models, and then those became part of the Orruk line when the old world blew up and all that stuff. And those have been around for a while. This kit replaces those effectively as new Ardboys, and this kit also adds not just choppa options for their main weapon, but also spears. And it's just a cool looking kit. These guys are feral. They have that new jagged armor look that the Ironjaws are famous for. They just look like you would expect. They're not clean like the old Ardboys with their armor. It's orky, beaten, jagged armor that they're so intimidating and imposing. Just a really great kit overall. And I can't wait to see people build entire armies of Ardboys because that's going to be cool to see. And now we get to what I can only call as a big disappointment. This is the Vanguard Orruk Warclans box. Should have just called this Vanguard Cruel Boys, because that's all that's in here. And I know they're part of the Orruk Warclans. I get it. That's not the point, though. It's just all Cruel Boys. There's nothing in here that ties it into the other parts of the Orruk Warclan. The Ironjaws just came out. I don't know why they didn't do a Vanguard Ironjaws box. I don't know why they didn't do a mix of stuff. Biggest thing about this box and why it's such a big disappointment to me is there's two models in here that you can only find now in this box, or you can go, if you can still find it online, because you can, the Age of Sigmar Dominion launch box. If you can still find a copy of that, and you can, you get all of the things that are in this box for like $20 less than the cost of this box. That's the disappointing part to me. I was just really surprised when I did a pricing breakdown on our main website of comparing the price point of this box and what's in here compared to other stuff. I know I don't talk about pricing very often, but I know this is technically going to be a discount. If you had to buy everything individually, you do save a bundle discount buying this box. But again, as of filming, the price point on the Vanguard box is $140 US. And you can go to a very large online retailer that's named after a river in South America and find the Age of Sigmar Dominion box for $119, which is $21 less than the full retail price of this one. And that comes with everything in the Dominion box. This is the Extremist box. It's the wrong one. But it would have been really funny if we had it right there. I thought we did. But anyway, the Dominion box has all of this stuff, more, and an entire Age of Sigmar Stormcast army. So find a buddy, spend $60, get all the stuff in here for way cheaper. is what I'm getting at here. But that's why this is kind of a big disappointment. It does come with 10 Gut Rippas. It does come with a Beast Skewa kill bow, which is the big 2 Orruk manned big bow, which is actually another really cool model. And then you do get 3 Manskewa Bolt Boys, which that's kind of the star of this army. If you're building a Cruel Boys army, you know what I'm talking about. This box, I don't think it's going to fly off the shelves like the Ironjaws stuff is. If you were brand new and you missed out on Dominion, that sucks. This is your like only other option. I mean, you might still be able to find some starter boxes and get some good deals out of there. But again, price point wise, that's the biggest disappointment. You can get all this stuff for cheaper in other boxes.
Which way do you want to be? Do you care?
No. Just pick. I want to be right there. Okay. So I'm going to point over here.
Yeah.
Hey, if you made it this far, first off, thanks for watching. Secondly, we've got more videos. Go check this out. I think it's going to be another Age of Sigmar related one, but I don't know. Surprise me. And also surprise me by subscribing and clicking all the likes and all that fun stuff. I'm Adam from BoLS. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.